All right, let's start by adding a new layer. Let's choose this control. When you add a new layer, you have to add the control to the layer, otherwise you won't have access to it. So select the control. Since we only have one control for the ball, that's particularly easy. Now, this is the button that we want. Hover over it. I'm trying to trigger the tooltip. Create layer from selected controls. Click this, and this is our new layer right here. Now, it's important that you click this one and not this one, because this one will add an empty layer. And after you add the empty layer, you have to manually add the controls to the layer. This will automatically add the selected controls to the layer, which makes things a lot easier. This is set to an add layer. We're going to tweak this existing animation using this add layer that we've just created. What I mean by that is we're just going to add just a teeny bit, like some squash and squish to the scaling. For example, once it bounces on this first flight of stairs, I want it to squish down. But actually, before that, let me undo that. Here, we should put a keyframe here first. So in the control, so to get the control parameters, again, it's G to get this to pop up. What we're messing around with is the scale on the y-axis. So it's this guy. We're going to manually set, the first keyframe has to be manually set. Even if you have these two enabled, you still have to manually set the first keyframe. It has to exist first. I don't want keyframes everywhere. I just want to add keyframes to the scale of the y-axis to make it a little bit more clean. So this is the resting position. It's always a good idea to put a keyframe on the first frame for the resting position. It makes things a little easier. You don't have to. It's not a written rule. Okay, now on the first bounce, I'm gonna make this squish. And once it gets to the highest point, okay, right before it goes down, like right here around, I'm gonna return this back to its resting position, to the 1. So we could just here press 1, or just press the little sweeper button. Oh, actually, don't press that. Well, because the sweeper button actually resets the X, Y positions as well. So I don't want that. I forgot about that. So let's just manually reset the scale Y position, which is just 1. Now let's go to the next one. Let's find the next one. Okay, right here. Squish all the way up. I think that around here, 1 squish. It's a little less squishy because the bounce is not as high. So try to keep that in mind. And 1. Let's see. Okay, let's take a look what this looks like. Okay, it's turning into the squish too early. So let's only when we're starting to like fall, getting close to the stairs, that we want it to actually start deforming. So around here, I'd say I want this to be 1. So let's reset this to 1. So that. Now we can really use the power of this range if I just want to ensure the first bounce. So it'll just keep replaying that first bounce. So we can really check it. I would say it seems like it's off a bit. And you know what? I think I know. Well, this is the resting. This is when it's starting to shoot down. So I feel like it should be skinnier. So this is just flattening down like a pancake. But I feel like it should be more like this and this. Like a little smaller. And maybe not pancake flat. Okay, let's try this. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, right, because we only set keyframes for the Y scale. So we actually have to start setting keyframes now for the X, Y, and Z scale. So this is, I'm going to return this back first. So let's come here, set, come here, set, here. Now we can start really tuning this. Let's make it go up a bit and squishing it. Oh. Remember, you can change the camera angle by holding down Alt. And here, I need this back to 1. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, we might need to move this further back. And it looks like I don't think I actually need to make it smaller. Maybe it is just the Y. What I do need, I think, is more of a rotate. But before we do the rotate again, okay, let's start adding keyframes on all of them now. On the X, Y, Z, rotation, and scale. Because I'm starting to change a lot. Let's see. Okay, here I would like this back to 0. And if we press P, it will bring up this parameters. And this will allow us to change how the UI is set up. For example, if I want to hide this during playback, so now the controls won't show up. This way, it'll give you a better look on your animation if this is what you need. Or sometimes I like to scrub like this on manually in the timeline. You can hide it as well over here. So this is kind of fun. So it's like this, way down. Okay, that's starting to look a bit better. Okay, now we can make it a little larger, the range. Here, I'm going to make this. Now we're going to focus on the next bounce. So I'm going to start this off here. Bounce up. Here, I actually want to change that shape again to sort of exaggerate the speed. Here we have, let's put a K so that they're all fully solid. Now here, I'm going to rotate it just a bit and stretch it. Here, I'm going to zero out the rotate. And then, yeah, I think that should do it. Oh, that looks really nice. So, goes back down. So it starts to deform down a little too fast. I would say here, okay, maybe a little closer. Here, I would want this to be 1. And gets a little closer where it bounces here. I would like it to stretch and rotate. And here, I don't want to have the rotate. Okay, that looks pretty nice. Now for this one, because this one's so short, but we can still exaggerate it. So this is here. Again, I don't want it to start to deform yet. So let's return it back to its rightful shape. Here, it starts, I want it to start to really exaggerate that speed. So up. Oh, and rotation, right? Rotate it. Here, we also have to fix the rotation. It was probably a better idea if I did actual like keyframes for all the axes on every single important position. Probably would have been a better idea. Bounce. Oh, that looks pretty good. So here again, I don't want it to start deforming yet. So let's go 1. And here, you want to exaggerate it. Pull it up. Rotate it just a teeny bit. And again, we don't want the rotation here. Go back, go here, no rotation. Again, zero it out. Okay, there's that last one we need. This time I'm just going to set the 0 here. So here, stretch it just teeny bit. I guess we could rotate a teeny bit as well. And this one, we actually should move it forward a bit. Oh, this also needs a 0. Okay, forward a bit, just a teeny bit. Because it's actually, it falls to the ground here. Oh, wait. Okay, maybe not. Let's see. Boing, boing, here. Okay, boing, 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 boing. Down, boing. So here, I want to set. Actually, let's just K it. K the whole thing. Then this here is where we want it to sort of move forward just a bit. And here, more forward. Okay, let's see how this looks. It is a little glitchy. So upon looking at this isn't too bad. Except this starts to squish way too fast. Like even before impact, which doesn't really make sense. So ideally we want to move this frame forward. We can do that very easily in the animation editor. We just have to find the right keys. Ideally it's moving all the keys in this section. So let's zoom this in. So I don't have this locked. As I mentioned before, I don't really like to keep it locked. I only use it to frame it in. So everything at this key. Now the hard part is just selecting everything in this frame. And I'm just going to move it forward. I might have to enlarge this. I just press this button to enable it just to frame it in and then disable it right away. Then we can use these 2 buttons to sort of shift keyframes over. The keyframe that was on 19 before has been shifted over just a bit. This one is a bit, I think it's because of this. It's too short. The timing is too narrow. Or maybe if we can push this one back. This is the resting position right here. Let's see if we can push this back. So most of the keyframes are on 0. I don't know. It's so tiny that I can't even get the move to move over. Yeah, let's see. Okay, instead I'm just going to use the handlers. See if, because everything's like right there. Yeah, okay, that's a bit better. Okay. It's because it enlarges the stretching from here to here, the stretching. It looks like it's going backwards because it starts here and it stretches higher. So it looks like it's going backwards. That's the problem. We could just lower it down. Okay, that looks a bit better. Okay, let me remove this. Let's take a look. Okay, it's not great. Oops. But it does give it a bit more personality.